Hi, I'm Tori, and I'm the creative producer here at Fracture Creative.
Hi, I'm Nina, and I'm the senior strategist and copywriter here at Fracture Creative.
Hi, I'm Allison. I am the creative director and founder of Fracture Creative. Welcome to Digital Darlings.
We're a podcast where we talk all things digital from your favorite digital darlings.
Today's podcast is going to be a bit spicy. We're talking hot takes and headlines, so get ready.
Okay, so we're going to start with a headline and really like a subject about merch in movie marketing. Marty Supreme went crazy with merch. Of course, Timothy Chalamet had like the Marty Supreme sweatshirt and sent it to a bunch of celebrities. And you started seeing that kind of organically before they even started like really pushing for marketing. Then orange ping pong balls, I started seeing that everywhere. I think there was like some sort of an immersive experience on Melrose. I remember I was walking out of class one day and I saw like a bunch on the floor. And this was like maybe a month before I got to theaters. So I thought that was pretty smart. Then now we're seeing with Wuthering Heights, they just released a capsule collection with H&M. So very romantic style attire. So like empire waist thing.
Very Victorian, right?
Empire.
The waist is up here.
Yeah.
But I do think it's like a fun idea because like people love merch, influencers. It's a great way to reach out to influencers and send them the merch.
It feels like 2015 or 2010.
Yeah.
They would send you packages and do unboxing.
The olden days.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I think movie posters have been merch for as long as I can remember, like, because you can even go on to like
Star Wars.
Yes.
Star Wars.
Yeah, all of those posters, like the key arts, they all kind of live as merch in my eyes, but it's kind of a different merch. There's traditional merch for movies that's kind of like popcorn and the posters that's always existed, and now there's this like whole new avenue for merch. I guess toys have always been a big part of merch as well. For example, like this was fascinating. I think Mattel is just now dropping the K-pop Demon Hunter dolls, but I do believe that they didn't know it would be as successful as it was, so they didn't have dolls ready on launch. Everybody wanted these dolls and they weren't available. So that's an instance where they had to scramble then to try to get the merch. And now I believe they have official K-pop Demon Hunter dolls out and they're fire, you know.
But it wasn't available Christmas.
It was not available before Christmas.
And that's a big miss.
But I understand, like, you're not going to invest in the toys if you don't think the property is going to have toys flying off the shelf.
And we at the Clio Awards, we saw some great DVD case that won physical box covers. Yeah,
Yes.
like that's collector's items always.
Yeah, well, I think the one that won, if I remember right, actually had a cassette tape in it.
Yeah.
It's all back to the 80s.
Speaking of toys, specifically, Mattel is actually coming out with a film about a toy from the 90s called Tony the Tattoo Man. This doll, you could actually tattoo the doll and yourself. Of course, they're, like washable, but they're going to be making a property featuring Tony.
You just unlocked something in my memory. I actually think I remember tattooing a doll.
Really?
That's from like the late 90s when I was like 6 months old, probably.
I wasn't even alive at
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
I was an embryo, but I think I do remember tattooing a doll. Well, people like nostalgia, like we want to go back to our childhood.
They need to create a film about Easy Bake Oven.
So here's what I think they're going to do, because Masters of the Universe is coming back. So there's a live action of that is happening. I think there's also Matchbox that they're going to do. That's another one. I'm okay if we run through all of my childhood properties. Like, let's get Care Bears back. Let's get My Little Pony back. Like Rainbow Bright. There's no reason not to have a Rainbow Bright movie happening, if you ask me.
Where's our live action cat dog or live action like I'm ready. That would be such a fun movie.
I mean, live action glowworms. Where are the glowworms? Pound puppies. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys. God,
you don't know.
We had the best toys.
Wooden toys.
No, we had the best toys in the 80s.
Actually, though, like 80s toys are.
They slap.
It would be so smart to come back with those toys now for parents to give their kids.
Yes.
Like a subscription box of your nostalgic toys.
Well, do you remember the red binoculars where you put the little slide in?
Slideshow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just sit there staring at a wall. Oh, God.
Though it's older at this point, the Super Bowl commercials were all leaning into nostalgia as well. Ideally, you then introduce a new audience to it at the same time.
Yeah.
So now He-Man gets a whole new fan base of kids that can now, keep the IP moving, because that is one thing that I think Barbie has been able to successfully do, which is stay relevant every new generation of kids that come out, you know.
Yeah.
That's hard for toys to do, because every 3 to 5 years you have a new set of kids that are in a whole new culture kind of developing, I think, you know.
Had babies.
Yeah, and especially as the technology changes and going back to like the old toys seems like the parents would enjoy that again.
Yeah.
Like bringing that back in that sense.
Yeah, more mellow toys too. Right?
Yeah, and we're the shoppers, so they're probably trying to get our money. So
Right.
we'll bring these toys back to our kids.
This was a property I loved as a kid. Now I can share it again and have my kid go to the movies and hopefully love it too.
Yeah.
You know.
My parents gave me like Mancala or like Jack.
Oh yeah.
Backgammon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Croquet.
I love jacks. Like I would love to play jacks just all day long.
I don't remember Tony. I think I was probably a little too old for that toy at that point, but I think it is interesting that they're finding ways to take the old stories and redoing them. So we'll see how Tony does. I think it's just in development. Like I think they're just like writing at this point, so it's going to be a while, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
It'll be
and
interesting.
I'm interested in the Polly Pocket movie. I know that's like still getting talked about being made, and
I feel like Sabrina Carpenter should be Polly.
That would be
it's
cute.
going to be Alice and Alice in Wonderland.
She can
so
do it
I wonder
all.
if it's too much.
I
but
believe in her.
But yes,
Yeah.
it should be great. Yeah.
There's a movie that came out in, I want to say like January 13th or something like that, middle of January, called Primate. And I'd seen billboards all over. It was like, what's wrong with Ben? I think it's a straight up horror movie, like Ben's going to attack or whatever.
Yeah.
Primate came out in January, and then I was looking mid-February, and it was already available on digital. The window from when the movie's in theaters to when you can rent it or buy it on like Fandango at home, like this stuff is moving so quickly now, to the point now where you can rent it at home while it's actually still available in theaters. That happened with Wicked for good. You could rent it on, you know, like wherever you rent your movies, but then it was still also available in theaters at the same time. Like we just keep speeding everything up, and I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. I understand the streaming services wanting to get it on streaming services quickly because it keeps the attention on what's new, what's releasing. Like there's always new content on the streaming services.
And they're relevant.
Yeah, but it just seems so quick nowadays. Like there's just no breathing room between when a movie's in theater and then when you can get it online. How does it affect the theatrical experience? Box office had a really great year in 2025. So even though there was availability for same day or it was quickly on digital, it did not seem to damage the theatrical experience. But it's still wild, like how quickly these things are moving now.
It is.
Yeah.
It truly is. I actually was caught at a crossroads of, should I leave my couch to see Marty Supreme, or should I wait in my car and put on pants and go see it at the theater?
You had to put on pants?
I mean, I didn't have to, but that's why I decided to not go
Yeah.
to the theater.
Oh, you decided not to.
Because of the pants.
The pants. The pants make sense. Yep.
Yeah.
I get that. Back in the day, and I mean back in the day, like 20 years ago, it used to be a minimum of 6 months. Like it was a 3 to 6 month wait. Like if it was in the theaters, it would be at minimum 3 months before you could get it on VHS or DVD.
Wow.
Most times it was closer to 6 because it literally took that much time to actually physically create the media and all that
So
stuff.
crazy.
Yeah. So it's just dramatically changed. The whole world sped up, and movie making has sped up along with it.
Speaking of hot takes, I have one. I don't know if anyone agrees, but this is just what I think.
Okay.
It has to do with AI, which I know you guys are probably surprised that I would talk about AI. But everyone's really upset and moved whenever films, ads, images are created with AI. And I'm here to say that I don't think people are as angry that AI created it. I think they're angry that it's bad. I think, and don't quote me or do, AI is creating a disparity between who is exceptional in their craft and what is mediocre, and AI is mediocre.
So as an artist, like visual artist, like I feel like, do you think it has made people at the top of their craft, like in a way more sought after and more lucrative for them?
Okay, so if you're an incredible visual artist or digital artist, right, on Photoshop and Illustrator and all that kind of stuff, if you don't know how to prompt AI right, then your skill set is not going to translate over to prompting AI with your visual
And your knowledge.
acumen, right? And like your experience and expertise, because you don't know how to prompt it right. So it's another tool that now you don't know how to use. And the question becomes, how much time do you invest in learning that tool versus continuing to master the tools that exist?
Your actual craft.
The people that are like really good visual artists that also can get the knack for prompting will excel.
Succeed.
Even good artists that don't know how to visually prompt well, or people that aren't artists that do know how to visually prompt, like, well, it's going to be more slop. I hate to say,
I hate slop.
it's going to feel like slop.
I did a voiceover job a couple of months ago. I did it in my accent, like, which is my just like, North American, whatever. They did say like they will be able to edit it and make my voice sounds like a fully different accent.
Yeah.
And it's like on the acting front, I still don't think we're going to see like actors replaced with AI because it looks so uncanny and like you just want to see a human being, call us crazy. But I think the voiceover element, like I think voiceover artists are probably really scrambling unless it's like you're at the very, very top of if that's like Jennifer Tilly, like it's not looking good.
Have you heard of Sienna Rose,
No.
the artist? She's completely AI. So she's trending on Spotify.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
And she has a TikTok, and she comes out and tries to make real TikTok. I've seen a few accounts now that are full AI avatars trying to exist and act like they're not AI, and they're not.
Crazy.
People are upset because they like her music. There is a reality in which, like you're saying, if people like the content, then they might not care as much how it got generated.
Because it's of quality. It makes me think about when the computers were introduced into the advertising landscape back in the early 70s, because people were all used to creating images and copy by hand. And then the computer came in and everyone was really scared that this is going to change the entire landscape of advertising. And it did, but look where we are today. We are able to seamlessly blend the computer with also being able to create, like using a Wacom or a digital drawing pad or something, and kind of seamlessly blend what became. And I'm really curious. I think we're in a very awkward stepping stone of AI right now where the general public has accessibility to it, but we have not been trained in it. So we need to get over this like growing pain of how can we use it appropriately, efficiently, not use all of our energy using AI to just find out our like workout regimen, but how we can use it in a responsible way.
I think that for me is the key, is using it in a responsible way.
I wish it wasn't this way, but I think we have to make a lot of mistakes in order to understand the parameters of AI. So we have to see these ads being made or have to see a deep fake to realize this is not the route we should be taking.
I still feel there's a consent issue around all of this. Like,
For the viewer also.
yes,
right?
I feel like there's absolutely a consent issue that needs to get handled, or needs to get addressed in some way, shape, or form. I mean, I saw one yesterday that I wasn't in love with. It was basically a deep fake of Bad Bunny and Lady Gaga making out,
Kissing.
like full on kissing, like they had done just, I think, a cheek kissed on the actual thing.
Yeah.
And then this AI was just full on, like it went far, And my feeling on that was, where's the consent around this? Neither one of those people consented to having their visuals used that way. So I do think, like in my eyes, that's a mistake. That is a mistake,
Defamation.
and it needs to get corrected, and regulations need to get in place around that.
There's an image right now of Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton
Kissing, yes.
kissing at the Super Bowl, and they did not. And like, Dumois, she has to come out and say, like, kind of redact what she initially posted and saying this is AI. 'Cause it's like, it's so close, but it's not. Speaking of celebrities, if I may bring it to my hot take. So I love celebrities. Like I'm going to watch Real Housewives. I'm going to, follow celebrities on Instagram. Like I'm still one of like the 3 people that reads PerezHilton.com, okay, and TMZ.
Like you actually go to
I literally
PerezHilton.com.
go, like I go on Safari on my phone and go PerezHilton.com or JeffSpears.com. So I love it, okay?
She's on the desktop.
I'm on the desktop like this,
PerezHilton.com.
like this. Yeah, I don't even have a phone. But if I may, I am done having celebrities in Super Bowl commercials and large national commercials on that note. Okay. It used to be such a fun stunt. Like, oh my God, so cool. Like, this one's in this Doritos commercial. Like,
Shaq is in gold.
Shaq is in one. Kevin Hart and The Rock are together. Like, it used to be like fun, newsworthy, but now every single company, every single agency, like that's what they're pitching. They're pitching a big celeb stunt. Instead, let's go back to like giving an actor, you know, named Nina Rose Carlin a chance on a commercial and focusing on the story. Like, we're talking about the Budweiser commercial. Like, yes, it was animals, not humans, but like, it didn't need a massive celebrity in it. Like,
No.
it intentionally does not.
Actually, at the end, there are the two guys on the porch.
But
of
are
that.
they celebrities?
No,
No,
but
it's
and
actors.
they're just funny because he goes, "Are you crying?" No, like, you know what I mean. Like, I have a question that's a caveat to
Okay.
that. Voiceovers. There are a ton of commercials that are using celebrity, like Will Arnett, Jason Sudeikis, Amy Poehler, like as voiceovers for regular narration in these ads.
Yeah.
Do we feel different about that than them being on camera pushing an ad?
I don't find celebrity voices like that identifiable to me unless it's like Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Or honestly, his name's Samuel L. Jackson. He did what commercial did he do for the Super Bowl just recently?
Well, there was the
Oh no,
Xfinity.
he did like the opening actual thing for Super Bowl. Like,
Oh, okay.
And I heard his voice in the other room before I like came to start watching the game, and I knew it was him. Like,
Yeah.
I think I just don't know that. I can't like recognize the celebrity voices. I do think like if you're gonna be putting dollars behind like a voiceover or something, whether it's a radio spot or a podcast spot, like that's a different wheelhouse. That's trickier. Like, go ahead and put that money into it. But like, as a viewer, I see celebrities and influencers, like you said, all day long, like visually on my phone. Like, I'm not like also looking to see them. But like, what about Flo, the progressive girl? Like, she was a spokeswoman. She is a spokeswoman. Like, and like, she wasn't a celebrity.
Which I've also seen her at the Groundlings.
Oh, Stephanie Courtney. Yeah, I've seen her quite a few times.
I love her because I think that, well, I love what she was able to do, which is she made an entire career out of being a spokesperson
100%.
for a brand.
No, she's incredible.
Like,
And the Allstate guy also.
nobody has lasted as long as Flo.
No one has. No one.
Flo. Female first, Flo.
Love her. Low.
Yeah. So I think,
should invite
she
her on the
became,
We should.
so here's the thing, she became a celebrity in her own right through the commercials.
Yeah.
So like, that's a different,
That's like kind of an old school-ish way to, like, people would recognize you, like, oh my God, you were in the Tostitos commercial.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know.
You're the cerveza most interesting man in the world.
Yes, the Dos Equis. I mean, that's still the most, like, one of the most iconic
Yeah.
yeah.
commercials out there. Yeah.
Other than the Baja Blast.
Yes.
User generated.
Love.
Pie.
I want that pie so bad still.
Allison has a hot take on something that's like really important, like probably the most important news story happening right now in the world,
Honestly, what everyone's talking about.
and it's what's dividing
The
our
nation.
country.
We
Yeah.
are split.
So at the end of the day, I don't see how there's any doubt that it's GIF and not GIF. GIF, GIF, right?
Because it's like,
Like, yeah.
yeah.
GIF is GIF.
Yeah.
So no one should be calling it a
So
GIF.
you're saying that like we should all be saying GIF.
Yes, it should be
making
GIF.
a GIF.
It's a GIF. When you're putting a GIF in the comments, it's a GIF, not a GIF.
We need to get Giphy in on this.
You mean Jiffy?
Jiffy.
Yeah. Well, so what we could do is change Jiffy to a G, and then it would be Giphy, and then hopefully people would have understanding.
Everyone would like follow suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you want more hot takes and headlines, then you have to listen to our podcast, Digital Darlings. We are on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and be sure to follow us. On TikTok, we are Factor Creative, and Instagram @Digital Darlings. We might just follow you back, but we'll see. Bye. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.